All right, today I want to talk to you about a very simple but important concept called funnels. And it's this idea that everyone understands funnels, but then yet they don't apply it in their own life and their own business. And that's the fun part of it. That's the beauty of this particular framework, that once you see it, once you understand it, you will apply it and you will see it everywhere in your life, right? So funnels is this really cool concept which is true in marketing and sales, of course, and that's where it is primarily used. But of course, with online mediums and stuff, we use it for websites, we use it for conversions, we use it for ads and all of those. So again, parts of marketing and sales. But at the same time, it can be helpful, and it is helpful and useful in your day-to-day life as well, like when you're applying for a job, when you're applying for, when you're doing, I don't know, when you're dating, when you're finding your life partner. All of that is true, and the same concept of funnel is applicable over there as well. So that's the cool part about it. That's the fun part about these mental models. This whole idea of frameworks and thinking about these business concepts is really important to get through. Now, this is part of my series, which is 100 days, 100 business concepts that I'm sharing with you, because I really, really feel that these business concepts really improve your life. And once you put it in your head, it really transforms the way that you see the world, right? And the moment you change the way you see the world itself changes for yourself, right? I mean, and it's not voodoo. I've seen that happen for myself. The moment I change my attitude towards a particular thing, a particular job, a particular person, things literally shift. The things literally take a U-turn from what I had made up in my mind and what actually happens. So that's what I'm trying to do. 100 days, 100 business frameworks and concepts and mental models that I'm going to be sharing with you. And today's one is funnels. So this funnel concept, I don't know who popularized it, but definitely I've been reading it ever since I did my MBA. And initially in my earlier startup, I did not really use it because I didn't know it at that time. But then now, when I understand and talk about funnels, I am trying to develop it in every way possible, right? So even this video, the whole idea of YouTube channel for me is to develop that funnel for me, where I'm trying to reach as many people as possible and create my overarching audience, and then I kind of slash them down, get them to a smaller part. So let's understand what a funnel is. So funnel is essentially what it looks like. It's like this V-shaped thing. Again, it's a framework, it's a way of thinking. So it's a V-shaped thing where top of the funnel is said to be the people that you show yourself to, right? So that is essentially the awareness phase, where people don't really know about you, but you're trying to get yourself to as many people as possible so that they are able to get to know you, right? So know, like, trust is also another thing that Daniel Priestley and other social media people kind of talk about, and it's also coming through from the funnels. So the first part of the funnel is know, right? So it's also awareness. So awareness is equals to know. So a lot of new people come into that funnel. The second part of it is where you essentially now start to engage with them, right? So now they have either become a follower, they've come to the website, they're trying to engage with you in some way, or in some way or respects. So these are the people that have shown some sort of interest towards you and actually care about what you're doing, what you're making, what you're offering. And from there, they go further down. So this is called the middle of the funnel, or no like. So these are the people that like your content, they like your work, they like the thing that you're building. And then finally it comes down to bottom of the funnel. Bottom of the funnel are the people that are the most engaged. So they have gone through multiple videos, they have gone through the website entirely, they filled in an application, they filled in a form, they've spoken to one of the people, and so on and so forth. And so these are the most engaged people that are ready to buy from you. They are ready to make a transaction with you, or become your clients in that respect. So they are the people that trust you, right? So know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust, and it's the same over here: top of the funnel, bottom, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, right? Now there are multiple ways that people talk about this as well. There's awareness and interest, something something. Okay, so awareness, interest, decision, and action, I think that's the framework. So there are multiple ways that people break down this funnel, but I use this particular thing because it's true across the board. It's true for brands and it's true for individuals like creators. So for me, it's easier to understand know, like, and trust, which is what we're trying to build through social media. But for businesses, that whole jargon word is also more important. I mean, that also works over there. So, but understand, it's the same concept that we're trying to get to as many people as possible, and then slowly, we're trying to get them to engage with us, get them to engage with us through newsletters, through websites, through email courses and whatnot, and then we are trying to engage with then further asking them to engage with us even more, either through a lead magnet or through filling up an application, or through doing a particular task with us or something like that, right? And so they are the ones that trust us, and then that trust results into something, some sort of an action. That action could be a transaction, that action could be something that you want them to do, right? It could be donation, anything like that. So that's a funnel. Now it is applicable all across the world, right? All across different situations. Why is that true? Because, as I said, marketing, it is applicable over there. It is a marketing concept, to be honest. That's where it comes from, right? So for businesses, it could mean that you run ads. That's the awareness part. The ads, through the ads you go to the website, that is the middle of the funnel, and through that middle of the funnel, or through the website, you go and buy a product, right? Or you go and inquire about a product, right? So when you inquire about a product, you are showing that you are more interested than the rest of the people, right? Or you put it into the cart, and you didn't buy, but you had put that into the cart, or you actually go ahead and buy like a cheap product. So all of these are different indications for a brand to see where you are in the journey. Okay, and similarly, the same thing happens for an influencer or a creator as well, that through the content they are building an audience. Every piece of organic content becomes the awareness piece, right? That's the one that can boost their amount of impressions that they get. Then from there, they get them either to a newsletter, or to a WhatsApp broadcast, or to, I don't know, whatever other channels there are, but it could just be the website as well. So they go there, and then the third one could be where they actually buy a ticket for their performance, right? Or they buy clothing from their store. So same idea, but over here we're talking about a brand, over here we're talking about an influencer. Same kind of journey, customer journeys, right? It's also true offline means that having a store in a high traffic area, because if I have a high traffic area, that means my awareness is happening by the people that are walking past me, right? So that's the awareness piece. Then there are people who are just who have slowed down and who are just watching my clothes. That is the middle of the funnel, or they are the ones that are essentially showing interest, right? So they're just looking at the window, doing window shopping, and that is the middle of the funnel part. Or they they essentially like what we have made. And then finally, once they walk into the store, there's a good chance that they'll buy something or the other from us, and that is essentially the bottom of the funnel people, right? So even the stores have this. Now, I said to you at the beginning of this that we will talk about other examples as well, and these are all marketing examples. So now I want to see how you can apply it to your own life otherwise, right? So if you're looking for a job, the same concept of a funnel is applicable. How? I'll tell you a very quick story first, and then I'll get to that. So when I was at one point there, I was looking at jobs, and I'm not a big fan of all of these job portals and LinkedIn posts and everything. So I literally just applied I mean, on LinkedIn, I just literally applied to a whole lot of them, but I was always keen about finding out what exactly uh, is the organization that I want to work with, and then reaching out to them directly. But I also realized that if I just uh, you know, if I just apply to one or two, I might not get the result that I want, or I might not have enough choices. So what I did was I said that I'm going to apply to say 30 different jobs, right, in the particular domain or in that particular uh, uh, field of work that I was looking at, right. And at that time I was working on Kaithra and essentially building that whole experiential events part of things. So I was trying to create over there. So what happened over there was quite simple, uh, that I applied to 30 different startups and figured out different ways, permutations and combinations that I could pitch them. So I was essentially pitching myself to 30 different people. And from those 30, right, from those 30, I had a couple of meetings that happened, right. So those 30 essentially now know me, right. Know, like, and trust, right. That was the thing. So yeah, so those 30 people actually knew me. Then we did a meeting because they liked me. We went on to the second phase, which is where we went on the meeting, right. So we did like probably from 30, I think we did like 10 meetings, and out of the 10 I got about 7 or 8 some offers that I had, right. And because I had those offers, it was, I had at least multiple choices that I could choose from, right. And uh, I could pit them against each other, kind of try to drive my salary a little bit more, and so on. So it was like a really cool application of funnels, because I understood that, hey, like every stage, like I created these stage for myself, that okay, 30 people, approach them, get them onto a meeting, and then from a meeting they will be able to, offer me a particular job at a particular package that I'm looking at. And that essentially became my hiring funnel, not theirs. They also have their own internal hiring funnel, but for me as well, as a candidate, I thought of it as a funnel, and I created that for myself. And that was important because not a lot of people unfortunately think about it. They mindlessly apply to jobs, or they mindlessly uh, you know uh, I mean, they just hope for a better outcome. But you cannot just hope for a better outcome. You need to have this kind of a strategy in place to get that better outcome, right? And so that's what I did. So you can do that for yourself. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a candidate, for hiring candidate also, you can do that, right? Even if you flip the case, if you're a business owner and you're trying to hire better quality people, or more people in general, again you can apply the same concept of funnels, right? Rather than posting on a single platform, why don't you post and make your profile on multiple platforms, right? That essentially increases your luck surface area for the kind of candidates that you're looking for. And from there, if initially you were just getting, say, I don't know, 10-20 applicants, if you are now present on 5 different platforms, you might go from 10 applicants to, say, 25 applicants. So you have a bigger pool of applicants to choose from. And that is important as a company, to choose the right talent. That is an important thing. That is almost, that's 2xing to 2.5xing your initial pool of applicants. So you get the chances of getting a better candidate is much, much, much higher, right? So that's the idea of a funnel. Similarly, you can go and do this for dating as well. Same idea of a funnel to dating as well. So it becomes a numbers game at the end of the day. So you go and you say that, okay, I'm gonna fall in love with the next person that I meet. It doesn't happen that way, right? It's a stupid fallacy. So you go and meet, rather than meeting just one person or two people, you go and meet 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, right? And when you do that, you understand yourself better, first of all, and then of course you also have a better chance of resonating with a larger chunk of them, right? So if you meet 50 people, then you might resonate with say 10 of them, and then finally you can choose the one person that you're looking for, right? So uh, again, I'm not saying that you need to talk in those terms. If you talk to other people in terms of a funnel, especially in terms of dating, relationships and stuff, it will it will uh, it will come back to you, and it won't be a good result. But I'm saying don't go into it blind. It is smarter to have a strategy like this and then actually align your actions according to that strategy, rather than just hoping that something will happen, right? I'll tell you a quick story as well. I did this same thing for my own case, right? So when I was about to get married, I was going through this period of almost 2 years where I have decided that I wanted to get married, but I haven't yet, right? So I'm now looking for potential partners for me to get married to. And so initially I was like, I left it to my parents, which is a very common thing in India. So don't be surprised. So left it to my parents, hoping that something will come out. And of course, nothing came through. And I'm like, by this standards, by this way, it's going to take ages for me to ever find out the right person, right? It would take ages for me to ever solve this problem of finding my mate. So what I did was I realized that, hey, this is essentially a funnel. I need to figure out what are the different ways that I get in front of the potential people that I want to, I mean, that could be potential partners for me. So I said, okay, parents, which is the whole family network, essentially is a way for me to push my identity, my profile out to them. So that is one way, that is one medium, one platform for me to reach out to, which was already happening, right? Then it was social media. Like if I put myself out more and more on social media, there's a good chance that I will be able to resonate with more people over there. Then friends, right? Sharing it with the friends network and telling them, hey, like, this is what I'm looking for, and this is my plan. And friend network is how we usually date in today's age. So that's where I was putting in the most effort. The fourth one was the platforms, the online platforms like Shadi.com, Jeevansati, and uh, uh, the all the modern things like Tinder and Hinge and whatnot, right? So, but being very clear about my communication and all of those things, like those tactics were also equally important. But at the same time, it was important for me to increase my luck surface area, to increase my surface area of finding potential mates, through which it would go on. And then the fifth one, which is what worked out for me in the end, again, it was partly serendipity, partly this, but the fifth one was events, right? Events and volunteering activities, where that would be complete strangers, complete people. I mean, of course, the dating apps also, but dating apps, the shadi apps, and the wedding, the community engagement events, volunteering opportunities, those will be complete strangers for me. So these five essentially became my channels, right? So these are like my different channels that I would share myself and be out there, and keep showing up again and again, so that people know about me. And then from there, right, once people know me, then I would want them to like me. And how would I do that? I would see, first of all, if they're the right person. Like if it kind of resonates, we would get on a call, speak, and see if it actually is something on the same lines or not. And if there is, then we would go on for a date, right? And then through that process, I was able to, eventually, it was not a simple task, but eventually it kind of worked out, and I found my partner after like 2 years of this entire thing, right? But I was very clear that, hey, this is gonna be a numbers game because of this idea of a funnel, right? The more clear I am of the kind of person I'm looking for, and the more ways I have to reach out to people, the better my chances of finding that one person, finding that one right partner that I'm looking for. Now, important thing over here is also to realize that I knew that it is a market of one, right? I'm not trying to sell 10, 20, 30 people. I just need that one person that's going to change my life. And of course, hopefully I change theirs. And uh, and so it is. I took my time. I was not in a hurry, right? uh, of course, for products and services, that's not true, and that's a separate game altogether. But the idea remains the same, the strategy remains the same, the process remains the same, the implementation keeps on changing, but the idea of the funnel remains the same. And that's what I'm trying to share with you over here. I don't know that there is a good possibility that you might find this cringe completely, that I thought about this entire process in such a business like, marketing like, almost slightly weird way. But that's that it doesn't matter how I thought about it. That's how the world works, and I just literally decoded how the world works and used it in this particular application that I realized that is useful for me, right? And it worked. It took its own time. That's the I mean, you just have to trust the process in that case. But it took its own time, but it worked for me, and it works for so many businesses in their own use cases, right? But the whole idea of a funnel is beautiful because of this. Because once you understand it, once you trust it, then you just apply it in all different walks of life. Wherever you see that, hey, like, this is where a funnel can be. This is what whatever I'm trying to achieve, it's just a numbers game. And once you realize that it's just a funnel, then you just need to put in the reps, put in the show up everywhere, take them through that process, identify those processes, and so on. And that is what makes it so much fun. It becomes a game to a certain extent, right? So it's weird. There are a lot of I'm still getting used to this medium. And yeah, if you like this, do put in your comments as to what you thought was interesting about it, if you found it interesting at all. But the interesting thing about here, and for me, is that I'm still keeping a lot of things inside of me because I'm worried about the backlash. So hopefully, if the positive comments are good, I will be able to share much more of my experiments and my ideas quite openly on this platform, right? So I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed discussing and learning about funnels, because funnels are a marvelous business concept that is applicable everywhere in your life, and of course your business, to grow it. And if you want to learn more about these, I am doing that 100 business concept series. So please do follow, drop a like to this particular video, put a comment as to what you learned and what you found interesting today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.